بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد المبعوث رحمة للعالمين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. We're continuing our study of Surah Al-Qasas, and in this lesson we're going to look at verses 33 to 35, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants Prophet Musa his request to have his brother Harun be his supporter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, after now, Musa is returning to Egypt, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala speaks to him directly, and he receives this revelation, and he tells him, take my message to the Pharaoh and call him to the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to cease engaging in his oppressive and tyrannical treatment of the children of Israel. So then Prophet Musa alayhi salam appeals and turns to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, قَالَ رَبِّي إِنِّي قَتَلْتُ مِنْهُمْ نَفْسًا فَأَخَافُ أَنْ يَقْتُلُونَ. My Lord, I have indeed killed a man from them, so I fear they may kill me. That if I'm now sent to these people and I have to call them to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and I am going to return, they are already going to hold something against me. And then he asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to instead send his brother Harun. وَأَخِي هَارُونُ هُوَ أَفْصَحُ مِنِّي لِسَانًا فَأَرْسِلْهُ مَعِي رِدْ أَنْ يُصَدِّقُنِي إِنِّي أَخَافُ أَنْ يُكَذِّبُونَ. And my brother Aaron, Prophet Harun, is more eloquent than I. So send him with me as a helper to support what I say, for I truly fear they may reject me. Anytime a prophet or messenger goes to a people, they are met with resistance. And Prophet Musa alayhi salam, he knows this. And he fled from Egypt because they were oppressive and they were going to unjustly harm him because of his accidentally killing that man, as we read earlier in the surah. So he asks Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, send my brother Harun with me as a supporter. He's more eloquent and he can help me convey this message and be a supporter and a source of strength and protection for me. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَالَ سَنَشُدُّ عَضُدُكَ بِأَخِيكَ وَنَجْعَلُ لَكُمَا سُلْطَانًا فَلَا يَصِلُونَ إِلَيْكُمَا بِآيَاتِنَا أَنْتُمَا وَمَنِ اتَّبَعَكُمَا الْغَالِبُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded, we will assist you with your brother and grant you both authority, so they cannot harm you. With our signs, you and those who follow you will certainly prevail. There are many lessons in these verses and in this part of the story. One is that we need to work together in the prophetic mission, in calling people to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We as Muslims also have the responsibility of conveying the message to others. Now, Prophet Musa alayhi salam had a unique mission, being one granted revelation. But as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he said to his ummah and he asked them to carry on his duty and his purpose. He said, بَلِّغُوا عَنِّي, convey on my behalf, وَلَوْ آيَةً, even if just one verse, even if just one teaching. So in fulfilling that responsibility and that mission, we need to support one another. That Prophet Musa alayhi salam, he asked Allah to grant his brother as a supporter so that they could fulfill this duty together. Another lesson is that when we have love and brotherhood and sisterhood between us as Muslims, that this actually brings about the successful spread of Islam. That through the secret of love and our hearts being connected, and that we actually care and love one another deeply, this is one of the ways that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens the doors for the light of Islam to enter into the hearts of others. And lastly, that there is no brother in human history who ever benefited from his brother like Prophet Harun alayhi salam benefited from Prophet Musa. May Allah's peace be upon them both. that Prophet Musa asking for Harun to help him. And as he says in Surah Taha, رَبِّ اشْرَحْ لِي صَدْرِي وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي. Oh Allah, expand and open up my heart so that I can fulfill this mission. وَيَسِّرْ لِي أَمْرِي, and give me ease in my task. وَاحْلُلْ عُقْدَةً مِّن لِسَانِي يَفْقَهُ قَوْلِي, and remove any impediment from my speech so that they may understand me. وَاجْعَلْ لِي وَزِيرًا مِّنْ أَهْلِي هَارُونَ أَخِي, and give me a supporter from my family, my brother Harun. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted Prophet Harun prophethood, this unique rank, this lofty and exalted and honorable rank with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the request of Musa. So there's no brother who ever benefited from his brother as much as Prophet Harun benefited from Prophet Musa. But that when we have this love and we have this cooperation and cohesion and synergy as believers, the light of Islam spreads and the darkness of polytheism and disbelief and immorality and indecency dissipates by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah increase us in love and allow us to support one another in all that's good and make us people of service and people of goodness and people who convey on behalf of our beloved Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam in the best of ways. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.